Hi, thanks for joining me for the video. We're going to be talking about adding and subtracting polynomials. When you're adding and subtracting polynomials, what you're looking for is like terms. So you're looking for things that have the same combination of variables and exponents. So in the first one, we're adding two polynomials. That is the purpose of the parentheses. So the first polynomial is 3x squared minus 8x plus 2. Quick review of some of the terminology. That is a trinomial, meaning it has three terms. And we're adding that to another trinomial, so that polynomial has three terms. When you have a plus and you're adding two polynomials, the parentheses are really just to show you the two polynomials. They really don't serve any purpose other than that. So we could rewrite this without parentheses if we wanted, and that would be fine. Okay, so what I want to look for now are like terms. So in the first polynomial, I have a 3x squared. I'm looking for another x squared. So I have a plus x squared. So those are like because they have the same variable and the x has the same exponent. They're both an x squared. To combine them, you simply add the coefficients, which are the numbers in front. So 3 plus 1 is 4. So that would be 4x squared. Now you're going to look for something else. So the next thing I see is a negative 8x. And that has a like term of 12x. Those are like terms because they both have an x raised to the first power. So a negative 8 plus 12 is a positive 4. So that'll give me a plus 4x. And now the next thing I see that I haven't used yet is a plus 2. So that's a constant term because it does not have a variable attached to it. And then I have a negative 5, and that's another constant term. So I can combine those. A positive 2 minus 5 is a negative 3. You can see now in our polynomial, our answer here, we have 4x squared plus 4x minus 3. So we have a trinomial. We do not have any like terms, so we've combined everything that we can. And it asked us to write our answer in descending order. Remember, that means you want the highest exponent first, and then the next highest exponent, and you should go down until you get to the constant or the lowest exponent. And we did that. We have the x squared first, then we have the x to the first power, and then we have the constant. So that's our answer. All right, let's look at number 2. Number 2, we have a trinomial minus another trinomial. The minus or the subtraction, the parentheses are necessary. Remember that we have something called the distribution rule, and that means we can distribute whatever is on the outside of the parentheses. In the previous example, we could have distributed the plus, but multiplying by a positive 1 does not change the value of anything. But multiplying by a negative 1, so right here in the number 2, it's understood to be a 1 there. Multiplying by a negative 1 does change the value because it changes the sign. So the first set of parentheses will stay the same. So y to the 4th plus 2y squared minus 5y. The second set of parentheses, all the signs are going to change when I distribute that negative 1. So we'll have negative 3y squared, and then negative 1 times the negative 4y to the 4th will now give me plus 4y to the 4th, and then negative 3y cubed. And now I'm left with a problem similar to number 1. I'm simply looking for like terms. So the highest exponent I see is a y to the 4th, and I do have like terms. So 1y to the 4th plus 4y to the 4th, that gives me 5y to the 4th. Next, I'm looking for y cubed. I see a y cubed way at the back and only 1, so that's going to go next. So minus 3y cubed. Next, I'm looking for y squared, because again, remember we're looking to put them in descending order. So I have a 2y squared and a minus 3y squared. So 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So that would be a negative 1y squared. Remember, the coefficient of 1 is understood, so you don't have to write it. And then the last thing I have left is a negative 5y. So there's no constant term, so we're just going to end with a y to the first because that's the smallest exponent. And that would be the difference. We've got two more examples that we can work through. Same idea here. We just have three polynomials that we're going to add or subtract, but same idea. So the first set of parentheses, there's nothing to do other than bring it down. If we distribute the positive, remember that that doesn't change anything, so we're going to just bring that polynomial down as well. But the third polynomial has this negative in front, and that is going to change the signs. So we'll end up having a plus 9 and a minus z squared. And so now it's just about finding like terms. The largest exponent I see is a z cubed, so the exponent of 3, so I'm going to start there. If I combine 2z cubed and 5z cubed, I get 7z cubed. Next, I'm looking for a z squared. I only have one of those, so I'm going to bring it down. So negative z squared. Then I'm looking for a z. So I have a negative z and a positive z. Notice that those are opposites. So since I have a negative 1 and a positive 1, those are going to cancel out. They add to 0, so those are gone. And then I have a negative 8 and a plus 9. So negative 8 plus 9 is plus 1. And so that is in descending order. I've combined all my like terms. So that is the simplified version of number 3. Number 4, again, our first set of parentheses. There's no negative or anything in front to distribute, so I just bring everything down. Second set of parentheses, when you distribute a positive 1, it doesn't change anything. And then the third set of parentheses, I'm distributing a negative 1, so that will change the signs. So we end up with negative x squared and negative x. Combine like terms. So the largest exponent I see is x squared. I see a 9x squared minus 1x squared. So that'll give me 8x squared. Then I want to look for x to the first. So I have a negative 3x, a positive 5x, and a negative x. So I have 3 of those. So negative 3 plus 5 is 2. Minus 1 is 1. So I have plus 1x. And then I'm looking for my constants. So I have a 2 and negative 8. So 2 minus 8 is negative 6. I've combined all my like terms. I've written my answer in descending order. So that would be it.